Hello, my name is Marcelo Enriquez de Brito, and the purpose of this video is to share comments and thoughts on using extended reality XR to motivate and enhance learning.
A brief and simple understanding of the different types of immersive realities or extended realities XR results from grasping the difference between them. With augmented reality AR, the user perceives, still being in a real world, into which virtual objects are inserted. There is an overlay of digital elements. With virtual reality VR, the user perceives an immersion into an imaginary, fully digital environment. Now, with mixed reality MR, the user perceives virtual objects interacting with real objects in such a way that digital elements seem to modify or be modified by real objects, and hence the perception of real world is rather blurred. In all three situations, the user experience situations in which the surrounding environment is partially modified or completely created from scratch. Such perception require technological resources such as digital devices such as smartphones, tablets, computer, hologram devices, special garment or equipment such as lenses, glasses, headsets, joysticks, gloves, vests, belts, special armchairs, to list several examples. And then we have software specifically developed for managing immersive realities. The keyword is perception. Perception related to unique and artificially established sensorial experience such as hearing, seeing, touching, feeling. Now, a question. Would learning be improved by virtual sound effects, animation, tactical interactions through vibration and movements, which would ultimately enable kinesthetic learning when information is retained by doing, manipulating, touching materials rather than just by seeing or listening? XR may be particularly valuable for students with special needs, with, say, impaired senses or movements, such as being blind, deaf, or with mobility impairment, such as amputation, arthritis, or spinal cord injury. However, there are psychological and legal consequences when using XR. Insofar, an artificial extended reality may ultimately be deemed to be really true or trustworthy, and that everything really happened and is the truth when it's not. Now, before selecting a type of immersive reality, AR, VR, or MR, and deliberately modifying, producing, developing, or managing a special environment in which there may be sensorial experiences, the purpose of the learning process must be clearly defined. Specifically for projects related to teaching and learning, the content to be learned and the activities to develop must be described, eventually employing the Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives, and taking also into account the learning pyramid, which attempts to quantify the percentage effectiveness of different learning methods in terms of learning retention. It is crucial to also focus on the user experience design. The elements of UX design was established by Jesse James Garrett in his book, The Elements of User Experience, in which the five-plane model is explained. Therefore, EX tools must only be employed in education after clearly setting learning outcomes and understanding what favors and harms meaningful, relevant experience to the user, the students, and hence assessing the impact of technology upon narrative and communication. Only then the type of learning environment or educational experience may be selected and the suitable technological tool may be implemented. Educational content must be pedagogically sound, complementing and enriching the existing curriculum, not just introducing pyrotechnic activities to replace traditional learning methods for just the sake of innovation. XR technology must be used to go beyond audiovisual learning methods and should strive to improve retention rate without dismissing the relevance of teamwork, but also enabling distance learning and students to learn at their own pace with their particular learning style and eventually specific needs or care. There are several possibilities with extended reality (XR). First, interactive experiences aiming practice by doing in a special environment, mimicking real conditions, including simulation of surgical procedures, repair of equipment, operation of machines, driving cars, and piloting aircraft. Second, multidisciplinary learning experience and content creation by applying storytelling in various formats and platforms. Third, time travel so as to study history, archaeology, or meet past cultures, as well as their myths and legends. Fourth, access different places, such as undertake a virtual journey to distant place, such as planets and solar system, or explore unique ecosystems and their biodiversity, or fly over landscapes and cities, or visit museums, art galleries, and historic sites, and even virtual excursions inside the human body. Last but not least, fifth, engage in investigative activities such as digital travel hunt with puzzles to be solved, assessment on how news, virus, and fads might be disseminated and impact society, for example. Well, some final thoughts on XR tools. I must say that applying immersive realities may motivate students to learn and promote engaging learning experiences. Now, before selecting and implementing technological tools, clearly establish the learning objectives and outcomes related to the selected body of knowledge to be learned. And also apply a methodology to focus on user experience. It's very important. And be aware of challenges to implement immersive realities. Thank you very much for your attention. And hopefully this video on extended reality XR will be useful for you and will trigger interesting thoughts. Thank you very much.